Now I will explain you about Great Depression that was between 1929 to 1939. It started with the New York Stock Exchange crash on 29th October 1929. It lasted for almost 10 years. People had different kinds of problems all over the world. The major problem faced by people all over the world were massive unemployment and economic breakdown. There were two kinds of problems during Great Depression. The first one was there was a decline in demand, falling prices, and factories were closed. On the other hand, when factories were closed, prices went up. The purchasing power of people got reduced. This cyclical effect on economy led to decline of economies all over the world. The prices of most of the agricultural produce came down by more than 60%. 25% of people in US and 33% of people all over the world suffered with unemployment. Most of the governments were not in any position to bring countries to normal situation. Different politicians and economists all over the world criticized policies followed by governments at that time. Most of the rulers never thought about problems to be addressed in future, and without providing proper security for people, they continued to rule countries all over the world. Different politicians and different economists criticized policies followed by governments all over the world. One such economist was J.M. Keynes. He suggested that the ownership of factories must be held by government, so that during these difficult times, the government will, without thinking about profits, will provide employment required for people. And he also insisted that government should take responsibility of development and welfare of people. And one such policy was adopted by Franklin Roosevelt in US. He started New Deal policy for recovery of US, and it was also known as 3 R's policy. Relief, reform and recovery were major ideas of Franklin Roosevelt New Deal policy. When more than 25% of people were unemployed, when most of the factories were closed, when most of the banks were closed, when most of the industries were closed, when people suffered with all kinds of problems, he wanted to give some kind of relief for victims who are suffering from Great Depression, and reform of financial institution and economic recovery, and the third, recovery by public works, construction of roads, construction of bridges, and by constructing different and going for different kinds of constructions and public works, he wanted to provide employment to people in US. During those times, there was no social security scheme in US. Britain was the first country to implement social security for people like retirement pensions. It was part of social security, child care, health schemes, and different kinds of social security schemes were available for people of Britain at that time. US also started this social security scheme by providing unemployment insurance, retirement pensions, health schemes, and child care. All these were provided in US also. With this, some kind of recovery took place in US, and with start of Second World War in 1939, most of the countries came out of it, and this Great Depression lasted for more than 10 years. Then, what was the situation of Germany during that time? We already discussed that Germany suffered a lot with the Treaty of Versailles. Their agricultural, most of the products the prices of most of the products came down to greater extent. Their industrial production came down to 40% to that of 1929 level, and from 1924 to 1928, they got support from US through DAS plan. Financial recovery and economic recovery of Germany was done through DAS plan, and with the funds given by US between 1924 to 1928. By 1929, what happened? US had its own problem. It suffered with Great Depression, so it was not in any position to fund Germany recovery. So, when Germany was asked to repay the amount that was given by US, the problems of Germany even increased. To address these problems, they printed currency recklessly. When currency was printed recklessly, the currency value came down. In 1929, April, it was 24,000 marks per $1. By December, it reached 9 crores. By end of that year, it reached trillions. $1 was equal to trillion, 1 trillion mark, 2 trillion marks in German currency. People carrying bundles and bundles of notes and cards to buy a piece of bread became famous, and people all over the world shown their sympathy by observing situation of Germany during Great Depression. There was no political stability. When government was not in any position to address problems of people, people did not extend support for government. All this led to political instability, and people had all kinds of problems during Great Depression in Germany and countries all over the world. After Great Depression, or even before Great Depression, one of the major problems faced by societies all over the world or countries all over the world was fascism. What was fascism? It was an ideology developed in defeated countries of World War I. Take example of Germany. Why people of Germany supported Hitler? They had different kinds of problems. They thought that Hitler will provide all the solutions to their problems, so they supported him. So in the same manner, different fascist leaders all over the world got support from people. Most of these leaders believed in military conquest, they believed in expansion, they believed in aggressive nationalism. Most of the countries which followed fascism, they believed in state-owned capitalism or state-controlled capitalism. They were against communism, they were against liberalism, and they were against complete ownership of private people also. Even though they support private to some extent, they were against complete ownership of private, and they believed in state-controlled capitalism. And they also believed in concept of expansion of territory by occupying small countries. So most of those leaders believed that worshipping of state is important. Devotion towards a strong leader is very, very important. Such leaders ruled all over the world between 1920 to 1940, especially in countries like Germany, Hitler in the year 1933, Benito Mussolini in Italy in 1922, General Franco in the year 1939 came to power in Spain, and even Japan Empire started its expedition over China and Korea. With all these fascist leaders combined, and they wanted to rule and occupy most of the countries all over the world through aggressive nationalism and military conquest. Now I will explain about the role of Hitler in Germany. Hitler was a powerful speaker. His passion and his words motivated people of Germany. He promised that he will build a strong nation and he will undo injustice that happened with the Treaty of Versailles. He also promised full employment to people, full production. He also promised to remove all foreign influences in Germany. He also promised for removal of all foreign conspiracies. With all this, when he was projected as frontline soldiers, people believed in that, and they extended their support for Hitler, and it made Hitler one of the strongest leaders in world politics. So what he did, what were the policies followed by Hitler to become powerful? As we already discussed, he was a powerful speaker. He had capacity to mobilize masses, huge public gatherings, and during those public gatherings, the speeches given by Hitler were very motivational. The image of Germans ruling all over the world attracted people to support Hitler, and his party won just 2.6% of votes in 1928 election. By the time 1932 elections were held, he got more than 37% of votes. He became a powerful ruler within a short period of time. So what he did to make his party powerful, to make him powerful in Germany? He used to conduct huge rallies and public meetings. During Hitler rallies and speeches, there were very familiar scenes like people holding red banners with swastika, ritual rounds of applause, and a Nazi salute were famous during Hitler speeches. With his speeches and with his rallies, he created unity among Germany people, and the image of victorious Germans ruling all over the world motivated German people to support Hitler, and later it led to massive destruction in Poland and different countries of Europe. What was the situation of youth in Nazi Germany? When Hitler came to power, he realized that he needed massive support from people and massive support from younger generation. So the training used to start at the age of 3. At the age of 3, they were given red flags to wave. We already discussed the red banner is swastika was given, and they were asked to wave in rallies and at houses. After that, immediately followed by school up to the age of 10 years, followed by school, they were asked to take oath that they will give all the energy and life to save Germany and for Hitler. Next, followed by military service, followed by labor front. With this, he gave from birth to death, the complete work was given, the promise that was given by Hitler, that full employment promise was fulfilled with the scheme followed by Hitler and policies followed by Hitler for youth in Nazi Germany. What was the responsibility given for youth? The responsibility given for youth in Nazi Germany was to undergo very severe physical training and psychological training. They were made very strong, and they were asked to play different kinds of sports, like different kinds of games and sports which give high and good level of body strength, like boxing, rugby, different kinds of sport which will give physical strength to children were encouraged. And in most of the schools, the role of women and role of girls was very, very limited, and the role of women was confined to homes. And women were considered as low category citizens when compared to men. Men were given more responsibility. The responsibility that was given for women during Nazi rule was giving birth to children and taking care of them at home. The role of women in Nazi Germany was very much confined to homes. When women were not considered important for outside work, they were asked to take care of children, and the rules and regulations for women were very, very strict. The way in which women need to maintain relationship and the punishments that were given for not following the rules and regulations mentioned by the rulers were very, very harsh. The women who gave birth to healthy babies were given different kinds of concession and different benefits. The women who gave birth to unhealthy babies were given different kinds of punishment, and the role of women was very much confined to homes. When the punishments and death of people took place all over Germany, people suffered a lot. One such person was Pastor Niemöller. He explained about how gypsies, Polish, and different other people and other races in Germany maintained silence when other group was killed. When one group was killed, other group was silent. When other group was killed, next group was silent. When the last group was killed, there was no group left in Germany to support them. In such manner, Hitler separated people into different groups and killed one group after another. By that, he eliminated all opponents and all the people who were considered as undesirables. He classified people as desirables and undesirables. All undesirables were killed to most extent by Hitler during his regime. So what he did and how many people were killed? More than 6 million Jews were killed, 1 million Polish people were killed, 2 lakh gypsies were killed, 70,000 Germans who were considered as physically and mentally handicapped were killed by Hitler. He believed in creating healthy and strong nation, so he killed all unhealthy people and undesirables. Blue, bland-eyed, Nordic German Aryans were considered as desirables, and remaining people were considered as undesirables. With this, he completely followed genocidal war and eliminated all other races in Germany.